Have you ever helped someone and they never said thank you? Have you ever given everything you had and people still asked for more? There's a painful truth that kind people often learn too late. Being good doesn't always protect you. Sometimes it drains you completely. In a small town near Colorado, there lived a man named Michael Anderson. Michael was known as the kindest person in the town. If someone needed help fixing their house, Michael was there. If someone needed money, Michael gave it. If someone needed someone to just listen, Michael spent hours with them. People would say, "Michael is such a good man." And Michael believed it. He thought his kindness made him strong, but every night he felt tired, empty, and worn out. He couldn't understand why he felt so weak. One day, his neighbor, Mr. Williams, came by. "Michael, my garage roof is leaking. Can you help today?" Michael had planned to rest, but he couldn't say no. He spent the entire day working under the hot sun. When he finished, Mr. Williams simply said, "Good job. Same time next week, I'll need the fence fixed too." No thank you, no acknowledgement, just another demand. A few days later, his friend Jackson asked to borrow $200. "I'll pay you back next month, I promise." Michael had already lent Jackson money 3 times before, and Jackson had never returned it. But Michael gave it again. 2 months passed, and Jackson didn't mention it. When Michael asked, Jackson said, "Come on, we're friends. You keep track of these things?" Michael felt a sharp pain in his chest. He had given and given, yet now he was the bad guy for asking for what was his. Later, the town held a meeting about fixing the community center. Everyone turned to Michael. "Michael will do it," someone said. "He's always willing to help." No one even asked. They just expected him to say yes. That night, Michael realized his kindness had become a prison. People didn't respect him. They used him. That evening, an elderly businessman, Mr. Johnson, passed by and saw Michael sitting by the river, looking worn out. "You look like a man who gives everything and receives nothing," he said. Michael looked up, surprised. "How did you know?" "Because I see it in your eyes," Mr. Johnson said. "You think being good means saying yes to everyone. But how do you feel inside? Exhausted? Empty?" "Used," Michael admitted. "That's because you've been giving without wisdom," said Mr. Johnson. "Kindness without strategy isn't kindness. It's self-destruction. Not everyone deserves your help. Not every request deserves a yes. When you help everyone, your help becomes meaningless. When you never say no, people stop respecting your yes." The next morning, Mr. Williams knocked on Michael's door again. "Michael, can you fix my fence today?" Michael took a deep breath and said for the first time, "No, my body needs rest." "You'll have to find someone else." Mr. Williams was shocked. "But you promised." "I fixed your roof, your garage, and your garden," Michael said calmly. "You never once helped me or said thank you." "I can't keep giving without respect." A few days later, Jackson asked for money again. Michael simply said, "No, you never returned what I lent you before, and you made me feel guilty for asking. I won't lend you money again." Jackson was furious. "You've changed, Michael. You're not the kind person you used to be." Michael smiled. "You're right. I've changed. I'm no longer kind to people who don't value my kindness." For the first time in years, Michael felt free. At the next town meeting, Michael stood up and addressed the crowd. "I've helped this town for years, built, fixed, given without asking anything in return. But from now on, things will change. I will help, but not alone. I will give my time, but it must be respected. I will be kind, but only to those who value kindness." Some villagers were ashamed, others angry. But Michael didn't care. He had learned the truth. Being good doesn't mean being weak. It means being wise. Weeks later, people who had taken him for granted began treating him differently. Mr. Williams greeted him with respect. Jackson nodded politely from a distance. And when someone asked for help, they offered something in return: money, labor, or even gratitude. One day, a young farmer named Ethan approached Michael. "Michael, I need help building my barn. I'll pay you, and I'll help you with anything you need." Michael saw something rare in Ethan: respect. "All right," Michael said with a smile. "Let's work together." Months later, Mr. Johnson returned. "You've changed," he said knowingly. "I have," Michael replied. "I used to think being good meant giving everything to everyone. But now I know real goodness is strategic. It's about helping the right people, at the right time, in the right way." He looked at the sky and smiled. "I feel free. I'm still kind, but I'm no longer a victim of my own kindness." If you are the person who always says yes, always helps, always gives, remember this: